Good evening, everybody. Hello, welcome to this week's update. As you can see, a little bit of different attire this week. I've been teaching some PE, and we're here tonight at the Year 7 settling in evening, giving families that opportunity to come in, speak to the form tutor, get some feedback on how their children will be getting on in their first few weeks at Dixons Unity. We've also launched our Attitude to Learning grades this week, and so all Year 7s are getting that little bit of feedback as to how they're getting on. For Year 11s, that's coming later on this week. We've had a very, very sport-heavy week this week. I'm just going to read out some of the things that have been going on. We've had Year 11 football fixtures, Year 7 netball fixtures, Year 9 girls rugby, hot off the press, and now through to the Yorkshire finals are the Year 9 girls rugby. So a big well done to them. Year 10 and Year 10 and Year 11 girls football, Year 8 football, and Year 10 football. Ridiculous amount of sports fixtures this week. Don't quite know how we fit it all in. And an extra shout out to the Year 10 boys football as well. They've finished second in the Dixons Cup. Now, we've had a really good week of attendance. This is something we're going to keep coming back to. We're about 4.5% up on where we were last year. And there's a point where this week we ended up about 7% higher than where we were. So thank you very much. Really appreciate all of your support in making sure that your young people, your children are in school. Next week, we've got our assessment week coming up for Year 8 and Year 10, and that lasts for 2 weeks. Students will be sitting all of those assessments in their classroom. They won't just be tested on everything they've done so far this year. It'll be everything up until this point. So for Year 8, so the content they've covered in Year 7 and Year 8, and that's a really important part of our assessment process. It's good to get into good habits now with revision rather than leaving it to Year 11. And the students practice revising every morning in morning meeting with the quizzing, and I'd encourage them to carry on doing that at home. We've also got our online learning platforms of Seneca, of Sparx Maths, of Century Tech. And in the description of the video and in the text version of this update, I've put the links to the student portal where they can access that. They all should have their usernames and passwords to access them. I have had a lot of messages this week about homework and students struggling to access homework. Again, in the link to this, in the description to this video, I've put information on how to access the homework. All of the homework is accessed through the student portal, and for each of the 3 applications, Seneca, Sparx, and for Century Tech, they can click Login with Microsoft or Continue with Microsoft. That takes them to a page where they can log in with their normal school username and password. If that doesn't work for any reason, then please do get in contact and we'll solve those problems. But it's their normal school username and password. We think that's really good because it helps to avoid having to have a range of different passwords, range of different usernames. The only one where that's slightly different is Spanish sentence builders, and it'll be their teacher who's given them the username and password for that. I think that's it. Deep breath. I spoke very, very quickly there. Lots of information as always. If you need anything, please do get in touch. Really appreciate all of your support, and we will see you next week.